Intel launches Knights Mill Xeon Phi CPUs. Intel launched Xeon Phi microprocessors, codenamed Knights Mill. Apparently designed for deep learning applications, new Xeon Phi 7235, 7285 and 7295 CPUs are produced on 14 nm process and branded as Xeon Phi X205 series. With the exception of 15% to 30% higher TDP. Characteristics of Knight Mill Xeon Phi processors are comparable to older Xeon Phi X200 series. The CPUs are compatible with socket 3647 based systems. Xeon Phi 7235 is somewhat similar to the Xeon Phi 7230. Both models have 64 cores, operating at 1.3 GHz, and 32 MB L2 cache. The 7235 has 100 MHz lower maximum boost frequency and higher 250 Watt TDP. Xeon Phi 7285 packs 68 cores, and, obviously, has larger cache. Like the 7235, it runs at 1.3 GHz and is rated at 250 Watt TDP. Its maximum boost frequency is 1.4 GHz, which is lower than the maximum frequency of the Xeon Phi 7250. The last member of the Xeon Phi X205 series, model 7295, has 72 cores, 1.5 GHz base clock and 320 Watt TDP. Specifications of Knights Mill CPUs are below. New models are in bold. Xeon Phi 7230 64 1.3, 1.5 GHz 32 MB DDR4 2400 215 Watt Xeon Phi 7235 64 1.3, 1.4 GHz 32 MB DDR4 2133 250 Watt Xeon Phi 7250 68 1.4, 1.6 GHz 34 MB DDR4 2400 215 Watt Xeon Phi 7285 68 1.3, 1.4 GHz 34 MB DDR4 2400 250 Watt Xeon Phi 7290 72 1.5, 1.7 GHz 36 MB DDR4 2400 245 Watt Xeon Phi 7295 72 1.5, 1.6 GHz 36 MB DDR4 2400 320 Watt